Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I don't know if anybody's on quite yet. Not seeing any comments. Hi, Jan. Hi, Christine. Hi, Linda Moo. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Karen. How was everybody's weekend? Mo, yes. I forgot something. Will you grab me like a 6-inch square of batting? Hi, Anne. My weekend was good. Sounds like a baby lock. That's because it is. All right, so I'm going to start off with showing you the Serger Club project for June. There's been a lot of people who have been asking about the Serger project. So Kate is going to be doing the sampler quilt. That's going to be a virtual class, and that will be for this month. And then for the month of June, this is going to be June 6th. Oh, perfect. That's good. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. This is the pillow. It is a Rick Rack Applaud Serger pillow. There is a supply list online. Very, very cool. Look at the stitching on there. So the class is $10 and there are kits available, and the kits are $12.99. This is going to be done virtually. It is again on June 6th at 9:30 in the morning. So we have that available for anybody who is interested. And then I wanted to show you, let me floppers here. We did show everybody this on Friday last week during Comments Sold, but we have the new Kimberbell Hello Pumpkin one-day event. This is going to be in July. We have it on the first Saturday or the second Saturday, but you are going to make this screening, and it does have different sentiments. So if you want it to say something other than Hello Pumpkin, you do have those options available. But that is the embroidery hoop with the screen mesh, and then we have the candle wrap where you're going to make the handles or the straps in order to tie it onto something in one hooping, and then you'll create this in a second hooping. And then we have these two different plushies, and this event is $109. Very, very cute. Very modern chic. So for anybody who wants to sign up for that, it is available on our website under the events calendar in July. I would love to have you guys attend the class. There are some things that I will say, in that class, I'm going to show you how to do things just a little bit differently to make it so that it's a little prettier in a sense. Not that it's not pretty already, but to make it look a little bit more like professionally finished. So I do hope that you guys attend. It's going to be a good time. This is going to be the first Kimberbell event that is going to be where the designs are going to be digitally downloaded. For those of you who need help with that, then we will be doing some more information on how to successfully download those and put them onto a USB stick. And yes, Pam, that event is going to be done virtually. And it will be on a Saturday in July, and it is from 10 to 4. Hi, Nancy. So I just wanted to show those to you and let you guys know. Today's project is actually one that we showed for Comments Sold. Mother's Day is just around the corner, so we are going to be doing the Mother's Day gift kit. We do have kits available for $4.99. They do not have the batting or the flexi foam or soft and stable. In there it does say that you can use either of those and that they're optional. So I left that without in this kit so you can choose how you would like to give this project some body. If you want it to be a bookmark, then I think it would be better for it to be the batting, because the flexi foam has a little bit more padding to it. It makes it a little bit more thick. If you want it to be something that somebody can hang on a mirror in the car, which is really what I was thinking of, or we have had a friend who actually has these hanging from her kitchen window that her kids have made her. So they're wonderful gifts. Inside each kit, you'll be able to make two. It does come in two different sizes. So there's the 4x4 size and a 5x7 size. And the fabrics are big enough so that you can choose which one you would like to make, but it gives you the front and the back and the twine and and two tassels. So we are going to jump into that. Okay, so I have my 5x7 hoop on, and I have 2 layers of a dissolve away mesh. And directly on top of my stabilizer, which I actually am going to change so that I can show you, I'm going to do these steps just a little bit different so that you can, or I'll show you why. We'll go there first. So I'm going to put a thread in the machine that is a little bit more visible. All right, so directly on top of our stabilizer, we're going to stitch our placement line. Uh-oh. Became unthreaded. Okay. So I'm just going to back it up a little bit and start again. So Patty, we are going to be making the Mother's Day hanger from Creative Kiwi. The design is free. The kit that we have available is $4.99, and it will be able to make 2 of these. Okay, so now what we are going to do based off of the instructions is to place our batting and cover that area. But with our fabric, our main fabric for the front is going to be this white. And if we do it in the way that the directions say online, then you're going to be able to see the twine or the tassel places underneath your fabric. So to start off with, what I am going to do is I'm going to grab my piece of twine and I'm going to place this about right here. And I'm going to put the edge of my tape so that it's just going to be secure on that one side. And I can still lift this side. And I'm going to put this on the other side. And try and get them a little equal, but let's see. All right, and then to prevent this from flopping around, I'm just going to tape that there. And then we're going to put our tassel. So then I'm going to put the tassel right at the end of the heart. If you're working with foam instead of batting, you do have to take into consideration that it's going to give a little bit more of it's going to be puffier right here. So you'll want to make sure to put this down a little bit so that towards the end of our project, when it's doing the satin stitch, our embroidery foot doesn't get caught on our tassel in any way. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my batting over that area. And we're going to attach those together. That way, when my project is finished, you don't see that anywhere. It's not going to be visible from the front side. Hi, Anita. And you could very well have put these on the back of your hoop, but with this being as loose as it is, and you could tape it out of the way, I just like having it be in the front so that I can keep an eye on it. And then we are going to trim away our excess. And we're going to keep in mind that we do not want to trim that twine or our tassels. And your tape should kind of be protecting it anyways. I just like it being in the front. I can make sure that the twine or the tassels isn't going underneath my project, getting sewn into it in a way that I don't want it to. Make sure that it's going to be okay. All right, so now we are going to place our white fabric, making sure that it is right side up. And we're going to attach this to everything else. In doing so, I am going to go ahead and change my thread to what I want to be my finishing color, which is going to be that pretty lacy satin. And I'm trying to have it be more paired with the color of what the fabric is, more light neutral tones. That way we don't run into a situation where that black thread's going to pop through. And we're going to stitch this in place. All right, and I'm not going to trim my fabric just yet. The next step is going to do the quilting design on our background fabric. All right, so next it's going to stitch love you, and then it's going to do the word mom in a different color. So I'm going to do the love you in my black thread, and you can try and do your mom in a color that matches your tassel if you would like. I think it's going to be rainy later. I love the rain. I mean, the way of putting on the tassel is completely up to you. I just think with this part of the tassel, it's a little bit more bulky. So that being under the hoop might be, in my opinion, for me, I would rather have it on the top. Better late than never, Nancy. Welcome. All right, and now it's gonna do the word mom. And I'm going to do it with a really pretty blue that's just a little lighter than my tassel. Well, I'm glad you can hear us, Pat. Yes, Donna, it was Ransom Canyon. And the other show that I've been watching is The Big C. About a woman who has cancer. All right, then it's going to do some flowers. And I chose a really pretty pink, which the back of our fabric is a really pretty floral. Oh, sweet magnolias. Can't go wrong with that. I love that one. All right, and now it's going to do the center of our flowers, and I am going to do a warm gray. Uh-oh, sorry about that. Oh, where the crawdads sing. I loved that, and I really liked the book. One of our customers down here at the Littleton store actually gave me that book, and it was one of my favorites. I haven't been reading as much lately, and my soul is really starting to feel the effects of that. All right, so next we are going to take our hoop off, and we are going to turn it to the back. We're going to take a piece of our floral fabric, and we're going to cover that area completely. And we're going to tape it in place.
So when he comes in, when you bring it in, we can show you that.
And then we are going to go ahead and change our thread so that the top and the bottom match. And I have this color as the same as the color I used for the quilting.
I think we'll be able to do that. So give us a call and make sure you see her. If the weather's looking good, come on down, okay?
And we're going to return.
Have a good day. Bye-bye now.
And we're going to attach our pieces together. They're so cute, aren't they, Susan? Thanks for watching, Barb. All right, then we are going to trim the excess, making sure that we avoid snipping the twine and our tassel. And we're going to turn it over to the back. And on this side, we don't need to be careful about trimming anything. All right, and now it is going to do that really pretty satin stitch. This one's a little different than the other ones because it does this little outside stitch that makes it look more lacy, and it's really, really pretty. I do too, Nancy. So while it's doing the satin stitch, we're going to come back over here. The design for today is a free design from Creative Kiwi. And the kit will give you the ability to make 2 of these. This one is the larger size, and this one is the 4x4 size that we're stitching out today. But it gives you the fabric, twine, and the tassels to make 2. And you could, I was actually just going to say that, Sybil. Instead of doing mom, you could stop and you could personalize that and put anybody's name there, and make it a gift for really anybody. But the kit is $4.99. And then I did want to show you the Hello Pumpkin Kimberbell one-day event that is going to be in July. It is available on the events calendar, and you can sign up for that. It is a one-day class that is going to be done on Zoom, and it is $109. And the projects are, you have this Hello Pumpkin that's stitched on the screen material. And they do have different sentiments available for this if you don't want to stitch Hello Pumpkin. Or if you want to make a lot of them and have one for a lot of different sentiments, that would be prime idea too. You're going to make this candle wrap, and it is a 2-part project. And you make the straps first, and then continue on to do the wrap itself. And then you have 2 different plushies, which again is a 2-part embroidery. And in your kit, you get this really, really cute twine with these wooden beads at the end. And as I said before, this is going to be the first Kimberbell event that is going to be the digital downloads. You'll get a redemption code in your kit, and therefore you'll be able to have access to these files even if you lose your USB stick. So I think that's one of the things that people are kind of at a standstill with. Are they liking these digital downloads now, or do you prefer the USB sticks? The USB sticks are wonderful, but I will say that having those digital downloads, if you end up losing your USB stick, then you can just go to your Kimberbell account and go to your digital library, and they will be there for you. So that's one of the ups and the pros to that situation. And then also, with that being said, the bonus CD is no longer a CD. It's going to be a digital download. So if anyone wants to attend that event but isn't quite sure about the digital downloads and needs some additional information, then just give me a call and I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. What else was I going to say? So for the people who aren't aware with this bonus CD talk, is during a Kimberbell event, if you spend $100 or more on additional Kimberbell product, then you qualify for these free designs. And a lot of the times what we do from Above and Beyond is to make the completed kit. So we'll stitch out those designs to show you what the bonus designs are and create a bundle that allows you to make those projects. So this is going to be a really fun one because they're going to be releasing new mesh. New screening that are going to be in different colors. So that's something to expect and be excited for. So there's going to be some fun stuff in there. All right, so we're just about done. All right, So now we are going to trim about 1/8 of an inch away from our stitched line. But looking at it, you can see there's these little scalloped stitches. So when we get rid of our stabilizer, those are going to be sticking away from the project, which is super, super cute. So I'm just going to be careful about removing my tape in these areas. That's what's nice about the Kimberbell paper tape. It's nice and translucent, not translucent, but you can see transparent. You can see through it really easily. And it doesn't damage your project when you're removing it from your unwanted areas. So now we will trim about 1/8 of an inch. Normally when I'm doing that, I'm going to take my twine or my tassel, depending on where I'm at, and I'm going to hold it down in towards the center of my project as I'm doing my trimming. When I come around to the other side, I'll drop the tassel down and put it down towards the center of my project. So I just want to say thank you everyone for joining me today. And we will see you on live tomorrow with Kate, who is going to be doing the May Kimberbell block for DDE. So have a wonderful rest of your day and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.